On the other side, we have Caleb, who is obviously performed many times in many tournaments with innovative new decks. This time he's got a Skin Render, a Solemn Simulacrum, a Spellskite, 2 Consecrated Sphinxes, 2 Grave Titans, and 4, which is the correct number, of Snapcaster Mages.
That guy's so good.
Yeah, he's very good. So he's got lots of Nihil Spell Bombs, and 1 Twisted Image, 1 Tribute to Hunger, 1 Doomblade, 1 Go for the Throat. What's this?
Victim of Night?
I don't know that card. Which one? Is that a new one?
Yeah, that's one of the ones from the new set for me.
Oh, so let's get to the game.
We got the...
So...
Destroy target non-werewolf, non-zombie.
So James went first. I'm sorry. Caleb went first.
Yeah, Caleb was on the play,
and then James played a lot of stuff on his first turn, and then Caleb removed one of his creatures. Does that look like a Dismember?
Yeah, it looks like Dismember and a Mimnite in the bin.
Yeah, Dismember is not a fair card in my opinion. That one's above average.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Pretty good, if you ask me.
James in... That card has lifelink, right?
Vault Scourge, yes.
So he'll be lifing himself up, and
it's like a
Glint Hawk Idol. Monoleague.
No, thank you.
Monoleague is very good. Yes. This is a discussion we had last round. Caleb has 2, the full 2 Monoleagues, 2 Divinations, 1 Dissipate, and 3 Black Sun. So his deck is very well optimized for smashing at creatures. He has 3 Black Sun Zenith, as well as a ton of spot removal. Victim of Night, Dismember, Go for the Throat, Doomblade. He has and Twisted Image. He has it all. Tribute to Hunger. I can't even name all the ones. Oh, and he also has some Planeswalkers. So it looks like he's going to try to win with Liliana the Veil and/or Karn Liberated.
Looks like it's tuned pretty well to go against those aggro decks. So.
Yeah, he's got a lot of resistance. It looks like.
I mean, how good would Muldrifter be if it was if it was reprinted, like with Unburial Rights? Like, haha.
Lauren Lee would like to play that card. Let's see.
Caleb opts for Divination instead, which is okay.
I've played that card before. It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's writing home about, oh, I got to play with Divination. Actually, interesting, he doesn't have Think Twice. This is one of the first round I think we have where at least one of the players doesn't have Think Twice.
No.
So he likes it. And, well, Divination gets
5 for
you
2 cards.
the same, but it doesn't help you on turn 2 to fix your land draw. Hang on. So, I mean, I like Caleb's position here. He's only on 13, but there's just not a whole lot going on the other side of the table. Snapcast, that is a handsome mage.
Snap!
He is handsome. And everyone likes him. That's the thing. He's everywhere. Everyone likes him.
Yeah.
He's an expensive date, though. I have to tell you.
Yeah.
He's not cheap, the Snapcaster mage.
A friend of mine posted on Facebook last night. He got a foil Snapcaster Mage second pick in draft. Just like, I think I would snap pick that one.
That's good. That's good. It's those foil Snapcaster Mages which will in the future pay for Pete Hoffling's 4th south of France villa. I think. Like, well, I have already villas in the following cities: Roanoke, Virginia, and now
maybe
perhaps
somewhere.
Nice.
Who knows? James looks like he's kind of in a tough spot here. There he finally lands that 3rd land. Lands a land.
But the game is going longer and longer. Caleb has got good defense in that Spellskite, and James has got a flyer, right? But there's no super excitement here. Ooh, Tempered Steel. Card is fairly exciting. Unless Dismember is so unfair. You're James. What do you just pack here?
I mean,
to prevent further psychic damage. Like,
you have no pressure, and you're the aggro deck. And I mean, sure, Caleb's at 9, but
yeah, but he did 8 of it to himself. Like, literal did 8 of it to himself. Like, okay.
Snapcaster goes in for the beats. I don't think Tempered Steel's blocking.
No. Was that Mox Opal's not even online, right?
No, he has 1 artifact. I mean, he can animate the Ink Moth Nexus, but
Look, Caleb has chosen not to hold his cards in his hand. He just has them laying on the table in a pile.
I think it was a Consecrated Sphinx in his hand, if I'm not mistaken.
I agree that he has at least a Consecrated Sphinx, but I actually like
Oh, I didn't see he had them all stacked on each other.
Yeah, so actually I was going to make a commentary on that. I actually like how he's playing it because he has to make his opponent ask him how many cards he has in hand. He's just like, he can do something like this. It's very good for the purposes of deception, I think. And, you know, just his body language is a little bit different when he's playing this way. I mean, if he hits he has 5 land in play right now. I mean, he's going to smash down Consecrated Sphinx as soon as he hits his 6th land. And there it is. I mean, he's even got the Spellskite to defend it. It's just...
It does not look good for James.
No. And smash this down. I mean, there's no conceivable reason he wouldn't play this here, right? Okay, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to drop it. And if I were James, I would be shortly packing it in. I don't think there's any way you're going to...
Does he have... I mean, even if he had Dispatch, right? Is that the name of it?
Dispatch, but he would have to have an artifact, a Dispatch,
and another one.
And be able to activate his Inkmoth Nessus.
So it's...
Like, it's...
Next. No moss.
Yeah, it's
and he's tapping for a... What is that?
Hero Bladehold, not an artifact.
That's a good card.
I think it's a little late, if you ask me.
And Caleb remembered to draw, so that stinks. Last match, Alex Bertoncini forgot to draw.
Oh, no. Here comes Liliana. Bye-bye, Hero Bladehold.
Yeah, this is just...
Wow. This is a beating.
Let's start talking about the next game. What can James do to improve his game next game?
You could bring in the Purge for Liliana. I mean,
Shrine of Loyal Legions. Maybe Spellskite's good at dodging around removal, but yeah, I don't. He doesn't have anything so exciting.
I mean, he's got Revoke Existence and Divine Offering for Spellskite,
but that's irrelevant, right? Oh, so he's attacking here with Inkmoth Nexus, and Caleb has another Dismember, and he's like, he won't even whatever. Some unpoisoned poison. Kill that. Let's see. Everyone discards. Caleb will discard a land. James will discard
there's a Dispatch, I think. Or is that... Yeah, that's a Dispatch.
Yeah. But it's, you know...
Yeah, it's a little late again. I wish I could have seen his opening hand. I would have been interested to see what it was that he kept.
His hand was probably okay to start with. He just...
I mean, I guess not knowing what your opponent's playing, keeping a mediocre hand.
Caleb slowed him down so quickly with the removal spell, which turned off his Mox Opal.
Yeah.
And then...
I see he went Memnite, Vault Scourge, Mox Opal. And
he probably thought his hand was pretty good. He's like, oh, I'm going to play Temperance Steel next turn.
Nope.
No, kill that. Well,
and
this game was fun.
James is packing it in.
Let's see here. Now... what's Caleb got? He's got Spellskite, Dissipate, Negate, Volition Reign, Surgical Extraction, Black Sun Zenith, Azure Mage. So I think he'll bring in Sorin's Thirst and
Black Sun Zenith.
Black Sun Zenith, those 3 cards. He will not bring in Flash Freeze.
No.
Azure, I think there's not much reason for Azure Mage. Most of James's threats fly, right?
Yeah, and I mean Azure Mage is, I think it's really there for the control matchups.
Yeah,
anyways.
I agree. There's no real reason for Surgical Extraction, right?
No.
Spellskite, okay, but not great. Again, all of James's threats fly. Or like a Hero Bladehold. I don't think a Spellskite contains that very well.
I mean, the only real removal spell that James has is Dispatch, and I mean, if he's going to be using it, he's going to probably be using it on Spellskite anyways, I think. Maybe for the Sphinx if he puts it out there, but if Caleb lands a Sphinx, then James is probably losing anyways.
So, let's see. So we like Caleb for 3 cards, Sorin's Thirst and Black Sun Zenith, and then maybe I would say Volition Reigns. I'm not certain. Now, you come to a lot of these things. Neil Spellbomb, there's not a lot of reason to keep that card,
I'm sure he's probably going to definitely take those out.
So that...
Twisted Image is probably good.
It's good. It kills the 0-1 guy that has Battle Cry.
Yeah, and I mean, and if anything, too, it just cycles.
Let's see.
He's definitely going to leave in all his removal, I'm sure. I mean, honestly, I think everything he's got is
I could see, cutting Dissipate and Mana Leak, maybe. Those cards are actually at least Mana Leak. He's on the draw, so Mana Leak is pretty mediocre when you're going second, versus just having Sorin's Thirst, which is always good, and Black Sun Zenith is always good when he's not mana screwed.
Well, the one thing that might be an argument for him to leave in Mana Leak is that Tempered Steel usually does not have a lot of mana in the game. I mean, unless they get totally flooded, they don't play really enough lands to to, you know, I mean, like at least every time I've seen Timbersteel play, like they usually have, you know, like 3 lands in a box or something like that for most of the game. So I mean, Mana Leak is almost always like gonna counter something if you play it right.
And in addition, the card Tempered Seal itself requires 3 mana to be cast, so a Mana Leak is, you know, it's perfectly reasonable. Like even in the mid game, you have one, you can get rid of it. I really dislike expensive answers that are time conditional, like a Dissipate. When I'm playing against a deck that's much faster than me, so I'd much rather just have a, like for this, given the fact that you can only dissipate the threat on the turn that it's being played, versus being able to cast a Sorin's Thirst on a Glinthawk Idol at any point. That I would prefer to have that kind of card.
Well, I think with Caleb, I mean, the nil spell bombs do nothing, and he just needs 1 Black Sun Zenith and 2 Sorin's Thirst. I mean, that's, you know, 3 for 3
fine.
right there.
3 for 3 is fine.
I mean, Dissipate sure might not be the greatest, but it does something, you know.
That's fair.
Nil spell bomb really just cycles.
I'm just thinking, like, I would be very happy to Volition Rain's a Hero Bladehold, for example. I'd be very happy with that.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if Caleb is casting Volition Drains, he's already winning.
It depends. If you're Volition Rainsing a...
Timbersteel runs out of gas so quick.
Okay.
At least what I've seen. Like,
well, I think between Glinthawk Idol, if you have Glinthawk Idol, Tempered Steel, and or Inkmoth Nexus online, you have such good resistance to sorcery speed removal spells. I respect Tempered Steel from that standpoint. So I mean, actually, James has a fair amount of lands. He has 23 lands.
That's true. He is playing more.
Oh, but he has 2 of them are contested war zone. I always love to watch it when somebody steals somebody else's contested war zone. That's among my favorite things. Like in a game, like.
And they're just like, oh.
And the cool thing, no one has ever stolen my contested war zone in my entire time playing Magic because I won't play that card. But I have stolen many contested war zones in Moto. Like ooh, blah blah, contested war zone. You're like, tick tick, attack you. And like, no, now I'm mana screwed. Like.
Then they're very sad.
Yeah, but I love stealing a contested war zone. I love whenever somebody steals a contested war zone. To me, it's almost like cheater's justice. Like it's close to cheater's justice, except nobody's cheating. So it's just basically justice. It's
justice.
As a judge, what's your opinion on cheater's justice?
Cheater's justice. Well, I think there's a difference between, you know, cards that feel like they're cheating and actually cheating.
You know what cheater justice is? It's when somebody's cheating, right? And then something horrible happens to them, and then like they can't do anything because they're cheating, and they would be exposed as a cheater. So, for example, like let's say you drew 8 cards to start the game, but you have no land, and like it's the old days, so pre-Paris Mulligan, you would want to declare a Mulligan, but you can't because it will be revealed that you drew 8 cards. So, like, that would be an example of cheater's justice.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Anytime someone does something awful, but then.
It backfires
now they're in a
on them when
horrible
they actually
situation.
try.
Like, and then they're like, "No, I'm doomed. Cheater's justice got me."
Alright, so James leads with a Signal Pest, which is...
Oh, that thing is just waiting for the Twisted Image. Caleb's got the full Twisted Image in his deck.
He dropped the swamp though. He didn't drop the island.
Yeah, let's see, and then Glinthawk Idol. So James has got spells that he's cast, but you know nothing really has happened yet.
Nothing exciting.
So,
Which looks like
an island.
Oh, there, Twisted Justice. Oh yeah.
It's getting very exciting.
No, I have a feeling Caleb's going to be killing something.
Oh,
James doesn't have an artifact.
This is not good.
Oh no.
Caleb's probably going to
looks like he doesn't even have a land.
Here.
Yeah.
Dismember. Yep. I'll take 4 instead of 2.
This is when he needs to have Apostle's Blessing. Get you!
That would be good. I can get behind
counter
that.
target Dismember. Deal 4 damage.
Let's see. Caleb's got a land here.
Looks like he's got a Snapcaster Mage on his hand. Flashback that Dismember.
Caleb has quite a few. Oh, he has 9 swamps and only 8 islands. I didn't realize this is unusual to see so many black sources relative to blue sources. He's got like 8 dual lands, 25 lands, and slightly more black than blue.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is this different art lands? Why? Who plays different art lands?
Could be put together his deck at the last minute.
Mana Leak?
Negate.
Oh!
He brought in the negate.
He brought it in. Wow. It's cheap.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Definitely takes care of Tempered Steel.
It's probably better than Dissipate, right? Watch 10 seconds around, he'll just Dissipate. Like, Dissipate. I'm like, all right, never mind.
He's got a. Looks like Caleb's got a.
I think he has a consecrated Sphinx in his hand, actually.
Looks like
Is he gonna solemn first? What's
Yeah.
he gonna do? Oh, 3 mana actually. Ooh,
Liliana.
Oh no.
Game
James,
over, man.
save
Game
yourself the stress,
over.
buddy. This is not
Oh.
This is
James is.
Google up the droids. These are not the ones you're looking for.
Where are these Oblivion rings in his deck? I don't see any.
They're not.
Oh wait, they're not there.
Oh.
Hey, bring in the purge. Okay.
Okay. I can respect it.
Okay.
There's gonna be a consecrated Sphinx in play next turn though. And solemn? I guess there's
There
this.
goes. Oh.
Yeah, like the coast is clear. He's just gonna solemn into
Yep.
consecrated Sphinx.
How? Oh, that's so good. Are you happy that they brought back old Sabbot?
I like him. You know, I've actually always been a huge fan of Solemn Simulacrum. Even like other players were like, oh, you know, I think this card's underpowered %. I think it's actually performed very well in most of the formats that have been legal. Some of the good decks I've made in the past, you know, like Nationals top 8 level decks and so on, I played Solemn Simulacrum. I thought it was good.
Ooh, revoke. So
He did bring in
James
Revoke.
did bring in the revokes.
Really? For what?
I guess
The one Solemn Simulacrum?
and Spellskite maybe.
I don't even know if that's in Caleb's deck right now. Yep,
Oh,
and
and-
Caleb, will you remember to draw? Yes.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will remember.
Hooray!
I mean, that's usually all she wrote when your opponent's blue. And God forbid you're not blue.
It's like there goes the consecrated Sphinx. And
This. Oh, there's a Glithawk idol to defend. Yeah?
I mean, James can't like the only way he deals with consecrated Sphinx is by blocking with all of his flyers. Like, and I mean, maybe landing the dispatch,
but
yeah,
not,
he's not gonna get
close.
Metalcraft anywhere anytime soon. Now, I mean, like I think he needs Oblivion Rings in his list, at least for some trouble cards like that.
Oh, yeah. Caleb's like, hold on a second, I gotta draw my cards. 1 sec, brah.
Wait. I've had people try to do that. Like they draw their card and instantly put it in.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't draw. It's like, come on, guy, really? Like,
Oh, so he Sorin's Thirst to that. His deck is beautiful.
I think it's like just designed to
But
just destroy aggro.
It also seems like it would be competitive against other blue decks. I actually I like this deck. It's odd, I think, to me that it errs on the side of black rather than blue, and he's just ignoring a lot of the cards that most of the other blue decks in the format are playing, like Think Twice. So, has he got I don't think he has Forbidden Alchemy.
No, he does not.
Weird. I'm really interested to hear what Caleb has to say about his deck. He's just not playing many of the cards that everyone else is autos jamming into any deck that has blue and black.
Oh well, maybe it's a good thing to think for yourself.
Never an occasion that's been true in the past. So
I don't know. I mean, he seems to be doing pretty good so far in the tournament.
I mean, he's clearly going to win this one unless he accidentally draws 2 extra cards on his opponent's draw step or something. Oh wait, he's allowed to do that. That's. No, I don't know how we could lose.
Yeah, I'm sure James is.
So another cheater's justice might be like, go to draw an extra card because you're a filthy cheater and your opponent has a consecrated Sphinx in play, and he just draws with you. And you're like, what? Why are you doing it? Because you just drew a card, bro. I mean, we can ask the judge. You call Kelly over. You're like, no, it's all right. I guess you can have your 2 extra cards. That would be another example. Mark Herberholtz has like a tall stack of cheater's justice examples. He loves anything that has to do with cheater's justice. Like you start saying a story, he'll be like, is that cheater's justice? Because I love it already. like, anything remotely cheater's it's like, no, it's actually just cheating. Like, well, in a more just universe, it would have been cheater's justice. Oh, wow, Karn Liberated is in play. And
he just, I guess he just blew up a couple of his lands.
And James is on 4, and
he's got a
never played a
dispatch
spell.
The removal spells that don't do anything.
I think that some of those might have been bad side-ins, right? So he brings in
Revoke Existence.
And so there's like 2 total artifacts in Caleb's deck. And he's got how many black permanents? 2 Grave Titans, a Skin Render, and 3 Lilianas. I guess it's well worth the play.
Well, I mean, Liliana is I feel like it's hard for him to beat, but I mean, if he gets a really aggro start, I mean, Liliana will go to 1 if he makes him sack a dude, and You know, and if he doesn't make him sack a dude, then he just kills her with his big